Hello again. Well, okay, for the guy that says that he doesn't really care for unboxing videos and that he was going to show pictures of himself opening up a box of stuff, well, I guess I'm breaking with that rule, that statement. So this is from Crescent Root Studios. Just arrived today, about an hour and a half ago. I can't believe I've waited this long to get into this stuff. So, here we go with the first of two boxes, which look like they're fairly well packed boxes. So, this is the churchyard building. So it's got a surrounding wall, it's got to connect up to the church. Those of you unfamiliar with Crescent Root Studios, they're pre-assembled, pre-painted, pre-everything buildings, which I like. I've got a whole stack. Let's just sort of pan over to a messy spot over there. A whole stack of MDF buildings over there that arrived flat packed quite some time ago. Haven't quite got to those yet, but these I get to pull out of the box and in theory play with right away, if only we were playing games these days. But you know, all that isolation, physical isolation, and the fact that I envision using these things in Napoleonic Spain, and I don't have anything painted for Napoleonic Spain, so I got the buildings. So the buildings should hopefully inspire me. I figure they're going to tie in nicely with all the ship models I've been buying lately too. So one way or the other I can be doing that. That's one of the manor houses. The doors do open. The roofs will come off. The roofs are nice 3D feel. I thought maybe they're going to be a textured looking material, but they're not. They are you know, like a flat material, but it looks like it's textured like it's 3D. It is actually a 3D surface there, so I like that. I wasn't certain. I guess I could have asked. So this stuff I'd only ordered sometime at early August, and we're at the tail end of August, and it has made its way from the United States through both postal systems in what I consider to be fairly fast time, frankly. It barely seems that I got a notification that it was shipped, then it has arrived, and amazingly enough it bypassed Canada Customs, so I did not have to pay any tax on this product. So I'm just going to show you. They're nicely wrapped up. Now, in the past they used to be all individually boxed, which was nice because they gave you a box to store things in and that extra amount of protection. But so far, just a casual glance here. So we've got a gate and a small gate. Just that lighting a bit there. So far, I haven't seen any damage to these things as I casually look through all the packaging. So that's good news. And then here's one of the bigger wall section manor type house. Double gate. Yeah, can you see that double gate there that opens up? Roof clearly comes off as it's been elasticized. So, I'm going to pause for now. Well, that's the first box that I've received. Everything's laid out there. Again, very nicely done as far as I'm concerned. This is great. I had bought their Moroccan themed. That's what I used it for. I used it for Morocco. I used it for Cairo themed buildings quite some time ago. If you search on the blog for Pulp Alley and Cairo, you should be able to find it that way. Very, very great buildings. Personally, yeah, it's probably up there on the scale of money I want to spend, but I like the quality of it. It's going to last me for a while, and I didn't have to build it or paint it. Could I have built something like this and painted it? Yeah, probably, I guess. But let me just tilt back again to that picture of, oh yes, yeah, there's that stack of stuff I've yet to actually tackle, let alone, you know, like prime it, assemble it, or anything like that. And this stuff in a month's time just sort of showed up at my doorstep. So I've always been impressed by the quality of the product by them at Crescent Root. Let me keep saying the name, Crescent Root. And this stuff does not disappoint. It's quite lovely. Yeah, just enamored with this stuff. So I will put this pile of material aside and pull out the other box and see what all is in that box. Back soon. I figure that before I actually move away, I should probably take a few shots of the buildings so that you get a sense of what we're talking about here. And bear with me as I adjust things. And there we go. So, again, maybe throw some light onto this thing. So the computer can freak out and adjust things. The roofs come off. Doors. Ooh, testing. But the doors will open up, as you can see there. I'm just not going to force anything right this moment while I'm holding the camera in one hand. But there you can see that the doors will open and close, so you can defend this building. I bought one of every set that they produced for this. So that means I've got high walls with tiles on top and some low walls that are in more disrepair. Means I got the gates. Again, I got buildings upon buildings, which is nice. We'll see some more smaller buildings when we get to them. There's insides, and again, there you go. Take a look at that. Just open up. That one opened up, so that was cheating. But anyways, there you go. So, and you can see, as I said, that it is a properly textured tiled roof, which is very nice. Yeah. So again, there's sort of a bit of a close-up shot of what this stuff looks like. I do not have necessarily appropriate figures for it, but let's throw somebody who just happens to be right there. So that's one of my pulp styling figures. I believe this is actually from Pulp Alley. It's the D.A. Denton or something like that. So it scales up nicely. No problem on that one. Up on the wall. Whoa. Motion sickness there for people. Anyways, so you do get the sense of a scale to some degree. There you go. Yeah. So again, I'll be back with more. Okay, so I'm back, and I brought up the other box. I've shunted the other stuff aside for now, and I cracked into the box already, so don't have to watch me and my knife work. So that's another wall section with a small outbuilding on that. The church would be this. Oh, that's a good sized church. Yep. I can live with that. That's a nice little church. And paper. So another outbuilding, basically. Another large manor house, barn type thing. Cool. Very small building. Nice to have smaller buildings as well. And that will all fit in well because they're all designed the same way. So scenery, it will fit. This, I sense, is a bigger building. Okay, it is. So it's got a small mini courtyard and two large buildings, all the roofs lifting off. Yeah, that's good. And the last of the tiled tall wall sections have arrived. So I'm just watching things shift over to the side. And that's it. So, back again. So, here are all the goodies from the second box. So, zooming in, moving along, tracking, that's the old term. There is the church in all its glory. So, steeple fits in very snugly into that. And then we've got the whole floor down there. Quick paint jobs. Yeah, I probably could paint them some more, touch them up a bit more, but I'm not going to. I've got more than enough other projects that I need to get done to worry about touching up little bits of this or adding more detail out of this thing at this point. Please note I'm holding the camera with my right hand. I am not left-handed, and for whatever reason I'm having fun trying to assemble that. So you've been staring at hopefully something while I've been working on that. Again, you can see the other villas that come with this. So there you go, and the floor. And likewise over here. Is there a gate? No, the gate's wide open. But there you can see everything here. And then you can bring the church over. Because the church fits here, like this. And again, if I was doing this thing with both hands, it would be a lot better. Anyways, with both hands I'll be able to slide that in. That gives you a rough idea of what we're looking at for this. Where's D8 Denton gone again? So there's D8 Denton walking through the courtyard. So, good size, I think. Am I pleased with this? Yeah. This is everything I thought it would be and hoped for. The buildings are very solid. They feel even more solid than the set that I had before. I am in no way connected to Crescent Root, but I will say that I have a link on my blog where you're probably seeing this video. So down on the lower right hand side there is a video that will, a link that will take you to Crescent Root. Be aware, they do retire their lines from time to time. So the North Africa Moroccan set that I have is no longer available. So I had made a mad dash rush last year or the year before, whenever it stopped, to quickly pick up any extra stuff that I wanted, which worked out to be market squares and some additional walls. This is a relatively new line, the Villa line. I doubt that it's going anywhere soon, but just be aware that they will, and their website will tell you when something's about to be retired, so you do have that chance to go and pick up stuff. But like I said, this is very solid material. It should stand up to most of my gaming needs. There you go. They always tell you when they're going to ship, so when you go to the website, because it's made presumably by hand and in a smaller operation, they always say that orders made on such and such a date will be shipping on 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, so by the time that they get these things all assembled and packaged up. Shipping was great. His communication on the emails when I had questions was excellent. He got back to me quickly. He offered help and suggestions on a variety of things. Theirs is great. As I said, everything arrived in perfect condition. No issues with anything. It's a premium product. You will pay maybe a bit more, but I'm not certain compared to foreground sometimes. Because foreground you then pay a lot of money and you still wind up having to build it. They're nice buildings, but they're an intriguing thing to build sometimes. Whereas again, this is all just what you see. Ready to game with the moment that it arrives. And in fact, the Moroccan one, I pretty much did use the weekend that it had arrived. So it arrived on Wednesday, and I had it all packed up, or unpacked, I should say, put out on the table, and played a game with it that weekend. So, really, again, top-notch product. I don't know what's in the future, if there's going to be additional things. Maybe there'll be a standalone tower or something like that, I could hope. Perhaps I will send suggestions to them, or at least inquiry to find out what else they might build. And I look forward to laying this thing out on the table, seeing if I have enough walls, or if I need to buy some more walls. Always important to have walls to fight over. Anyways, there you go. That is everything for now, and you'll see me later maybe, or at least hear me later. Okay, bye. Well, somehow I managed to miss this building. So I remember pulling it out of the box and going, barn door and other doors. But I had failed to take pictures of it. So, another 2-story building. There's a floor inside there, removable. All the floors are removable. But good sized building. And there's again Mr. Denton for scale. Again, doors open up. And can stand there for scale as well. So, again, pretty much just pull back. You can see the mess that is my table, and sadly, this is the clearest spot in my room to do this. That is speaking volumes about the mess that is this room. Anyways, there you go. That's officially now everything that came in this order today, everything that they make for this particular line. And again, just great looking stuff. Oh, and then I've got that little shot there. Oh, I had a little shot there. The roof this comes off in its entirety, and D.A. Denton or anybody else can fit in quite nicely within that. So if you want to have your sniper up there, you can just sort of see D.A. Denton's head shadowed there. So yes, very versatile, very useful. Okay.